morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello. It is Monday, right?
It is Monday.
It is Monday now.
It is Easter Monday.
Yes, which is another big holiday here. But luckily mostly everything was open yesterday. But that was day one. We got to show you guys our stuff.
Yep.
This is just packing up.
Yeah, just need to grab some socks really quick.
But I know we didn't do too much talking, but we got to explore a little bit of Athens. Pretty sure we went to Plaka already, right?
Yeah.
Plaka Street, but
we're gonna be doing that later.
we're gonna do that later today. The restaurant that we showed you guys was 360 Cocktail Bar and Restaurant, which is awesome. We actually got the seats right, perfect view of the Acropolis. So that's all the multiple shots that we got at the different times of day, but over the spread of about 2 hours, which was awesome. Perfect viewing. Nice clean weather, not too cold or anything like that. A little bit breezy, but overall, nice place to go.
Yeah, so it was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended the night by pretty much just chilling here. Also ended up trying out our baklava.
The baklava was so good. Oh my gosh.
Worth it. My gosh.
The honey's so good. Sweet but not too sweet. Just ended up watching some TV and relaxing. But today we have our walking tour. Going to be heading up to the Acropolis mainly. I'm probably doing some like a museum or something around there too.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yep. And so we're gonna be doing that, and then we'll be kind of taking you guys along today. So.
Just bringing one battery pack because I think we'll be okay. This is about a 5-hour thing, but we'll get as much footage as we can, and after that we'll kind of see where the day takes us. If we need a little food or anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't really sleep too well. I don't know if it's because I'm jet lagged or whatever, but I couldn't really sleep that well. But I think Liz slept okay.
Yeah. I stayed up a little bit crocheting because I wanted to make sure. But yeah, tonight we'll have to kind of try to sleep not really sleep that much early, but we have to be really prepped and packed because we have to meet a driver for our flight to Nikos tomorrow.
Yep, at 8:30. I know our flight isn't for a while, but the whole thing is to actually get us through the airport and checked in. But I think what I'm going to have to do, if I'm not fully acclimated, I'll probably have to take a NyQuil and see if that'll knock me out a little bit more so. But at least we got to work out this morning and we're all prepped to go. It is about 7:48. We have to meet our guide down there at 8 o'clock. So we're just going to finalize and see you guys soon. Bye!
Now that we can hear that sound, now that you can hold me down, you can pull me under, you can raise everything to the ground. Everything I can arrange, every part of me you change. Just hold me together, tell me you'll always want me to stay. I was biting my tongue, I was trying to hide. I've been
Yeah, we just got done with our walking tour. So we went to the Acropolis, then we went to the Acropolis Museum, and
So much knowledge.
so much. Well, our tour guide, Nikos or Nicholas. Okay, well, we are gonna give you a rating, but he is fantastic. Like, and so wanted to give him a quick shout out. He's got like 2 master's degrees.
In archaeology and history.
Yeah.
So
I was just.
Which
so
I'm
blown
pretty
away.
sure I understand that does go hand in hand.
No,
Because you have to know the...
It does,
Yeah.
and so that's why it's just. But he's like this like director of like the current excavations.
Yeah.
So the fact that he knew all this stuff was just like whoa, and then I don't know. I just felt like a lot of it wasn't like he wasn't like a normal tour guide where he just threw a whole bunch of dates at you. He did, but at the same time it was like very subtly done. But then also
Just to give you a time frame, it's like, oh, because like when things happened, you have to know a little bit of the dates, right? As opposed to saying, oh, this is before then. It's like, oh, if you don't know history, it's like, oh, this is this time, and then this happened later, and this, yeah. So
yeah, and so he basically gave us that, but the way that he took us around the Acropolis, he was telling us about like how things were destroyed, how things were created, how they even had a tool that like they basically were able to bring
like the crane thing.
it was a crane that brought up the marble that the temple's made out of in like 20 seconds. No, 20 minutes, 20 seconds.
20 seconds or
20
something like that to
seconds.
bring it
So
up.
that's why
Yeah.
it was like there was just a lot of nice notable facts that were brought up, and
So much marble. I was
It-
like, there's marble
there
everywhere.
is so much marble here. Like, just it's so surprising how
Yeah,
much
I'm
marble
like-
there is.
People would kill to have this in their floors or on their countertops, and it's just here everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Acropolis, luckily, Liz got us some sun hats because there's, of course, no shade up there, and the higher altitude you get, the sun's right there. So it was great to have those. Yeah, he really got to review our Greek mythology history. I'm like, oh, it's all coming back to me.
Yeah, because Chris and I were both into Greek mythology when we were younger.
Yeah,
But obviously, as we grew older,
kind of forgot a little bit of it. Then it's just like, oh,
yeah,
remember that question? Oh, what was left in Pandora's box? I'm like, I know that.
hope.
Because you will always have hope. But right now it's only like 12. Oh, 12:44. So we got back a little bit earlier. So we were, as you saw, we did a little bit of driving, probably no more than like 35 minutes. Saw some places, the Olympic Stadium, the smaller Olympic Stadium, the OG. And then, yeah.
So we're gonna take a breather here really quick, and then we're gonna probably go back out, try to go explore a little bit more.
Get a little chow. Yep.
Yep.
And we'll bring you guys along. Just gotta switch out this battery, but see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye. then that's a wrap for day 2.
Yeah.
Official day 1 of tour,
Yeah.
basically. We got to show you guys around the Acropolis Museum, Plaka,
Yeah.
the legit Plaka, that we walked to, which is a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah. We also later on went to do a little bit of shopping.
Souvenirs, yep.
Yeah, tried to grab some gifts before we head out to the other islands, and then we walked up this hill that you can see. You're supposed to be able to see a sunset at.
Yeah, it was nice. With what was in the background? Was that the
Hephaestus Temple or whatever?
Hephaestus Temple? Yeah. But that also the Parliament thing too, right? That dome.
Oh yeah.
Whatever that was. Yeah. And then we had drinks again at HYper Astro Bar, which is good. We just had a couple drinks, went back down, got our final view of the Parthenon, or the Acropolis, from the very top where we possibly could. Walked back here. We've been getting a good amount of steps, and I know I got 20,000. You probably got more because you ran on the treadmill this morning. But right now we just kind of cleaned up, relaxed. We did some dining room in-room dining. Sorry, because we were kind of lazy to go out and try to get food and wait and that kind of thing. But we've kind of basically packed up already because we have a flight to Naxos at 11 something, but we're gonna get picked up at 8:30. It takes about 35ish minutes to get to the airport. Liz is crocheting away while we're waiting for the food. I'm probably gonna play some Crisis Core in the meantime, chill out. Maybe take a NyQuil, get some sleep. But this was a really educational day, like we said earlier. It was great.
Yeah, we really liked it. It was so much fun. Definitely learned a lot, and so that's something you kind of want to just take something away from the trip. And it's not like just like history and stuff like that. You just kind of learn just more about a different culture, and you
kind of their thoughts and everything. I mean, it was kind of funny when he was talking about like, oh yes, the reason why they have a lot of earthquakes is because that one guy is buried down there. Yeah. And I remember doing Greek mythology, it's like they would always have an explanation for something, right?
Yep.
Which was cool, and it was a nice kind of reminder of that.
But also, shout out to New Hotel, because they literally did housekeeping twice today.
They did, yes. I think they do. I think I actually read that in the pamphlet, but I actually marked to kind of skip the daily clean, but you know, we'll thank for that, and we'll leave a nice tip. Tipping is definitely appreciated in Greece. I will say that. One thing we've definitely learned. Obviously, with a lot of tourists, especially in the United States, we usually just do tip on our card. But we were watching some videos, and while they can do that, it's just not guaranteed that that person will get the tip, probably because they're pulled, much like we do in the States too. But they heavily appreciate it if you do cash tips, because we know they get it directly. We've had some great service and people we want to know that we definitely want to give them the credit for.
Right.
And everyone here is pretty nice and welcoming. So they, I mean, with Athens, they know they get a bunch of tourists all the time, but
they really do. We've seen so many different people here.
Vietnamese, Chinese, Filipino, French, Norwegian.
Lots and lots of people. So,
Hispanic. I definitely heard a lot of Spanish going around for sure. Yeah. People from the UK and basically all over. But apparently this is the start of the summer season. They're just coming off their off season for tourism, so it's getting a little bit busy, but still not too bad. Walking up top was crowded, but I've heard he said it gets a lot worse in the prime summer.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than how we were seeing it before. So
yeah.
I mean, again, it's just we're grateful that we were able to do a lot of things that were also in a very reasonable time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But now we're just gonna wait for our in-home dining. Got some TV going. I think this is Bones, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to just chill out, have a little bit of grub, pack up. Oh, and food's here. Bye guys, see you soon. By the way, here's our food, because we're too lazy to go get food. We got a cheese platter and a sirloin. And now we're gonna munch and chill. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.